The Missouri Department of Conservation's mission is to protect and manage the fish, the forest, and the wildlife resources of the state of Missouri. Feral hogs pose as a significant threat to these resources. Their wallowing behavior creates erosion and reduces water quality. These animals are destroying crop fields, and a group of 10 feral hogs can destroy 20 to 30 acres of land in a single evening. Not only are these animals very destructive, they carry a variety of diseases that can be transmitted to your domestic livestock. Feral hogs are a big threat to Missouri, and it's going to take a lot of efforts from government agencies, non-government organizations, as well as private landowners to seriously eradicate these animals. According to Mississippi State University, female hogs can produce on average 6 piglets in each litter and can give birth twice a year. Some of these pigs are sexually mature by the age of 6 months. This tells you that these animals have a high reproductive potential. We spoke to Al Leary, who's the head hog coordinator for the Missouri Department of Conservation, about the trapping process.
Trapping is a very effective method of catching them. We can get a large group of hogs, and we can go in, if we have an individual landowner who needs assistance, we can go in and set up a trap on one individual's property and help that individual with problems that they have. Some hogs are just naturally trap shy. They don't want to enter the trap, or they become trap shy if they see other hogs caught in a trap. So once we have used the trap and there's some that we can't catch, then we have to have other methods to use. We also use aerial gunning from a helicopter, and this is another very effective method for hogs that have become trap shy or hogs that are in an area that we can't get to with trapping. It also works in rough terrain where it's hard to get vehicles and stuff, and we can cover a large area. We have to have a variety of tools because these hogs are very smart, they're very adaptable, and we need to keep moving, keep adapting, keep adjusting our methods to stay ahead of them.
Hogs leave many noticeable signs of their existence behind. They spend a lot of their time uprooting areas looking for food sources, and that is why they're causing so much damage to landowners. Boars use their tusks to mark their territory on trees. Because these animals don't have sweat glands, they spend their time in wet, muddy areas trying to stay cooled off and keeping insects and parasites away. Once they're finished wallowing around in the mud, they then find a tree and create what's called a mud rub. They rub their body on the bases of the tree, leaving it muddy. Once there is a significant signs of hogs, the Missouri Department of Conservation can then begin the trapping process. They bait these hogs with corn and check the location often to make sure it's the right place to build a trap. The trap is structured with about 5 panels and fence posts to leave a good perimeter to allow plenty of room to capture as many hogs as they possibly can. Corn is then scattered from the entrance of the pen throughout the trap to help lure the hogs in. They place cameras outside of the pen that let these agents know when they have hogs caught. Some people feel like hunting is the best way to eradicate these animals, but the Missouri Department of Conservation feels differently.
We've learned that hunting, we've learned from other states such as Tennessee and what we've seen here in Missouri, that hunting is not an effective method for eradicating feral hogs. Hunting is an extremely effective tool for managing populations of wildlife. However, feral hogs are not wildlife, they're livestock, and we don't want to manage them, we want to eradicate them. So we've learned that hunting is not an effective tool for this. Not all hunters certainly do this. It's a small proportion of them, but some hunters intentionally move hogs around and release them to create new populations for them to hunt, and this makes it very difficult with their high reproductive rate. Somebody releases a few hogs in an area and they quickly reproduce and create a large population that then becomes something that we have to try and get rid of. Hunters tend to shoot 1 or 2 out of the group, and then the rest of the hogs become that much smarter and that much more wary and that much harder for us to get with the methods that we're using.
The Missouri Department of Conservation, as well as the U.S. Department of Agriculture, have the staff and resources to help assist landowners with any hog problems that they might have. Please let them know if you see signs or know of hogs in your area.